Hello from school laboratory, hope you all are fine, and today our very first practical class.
Sir and ma'am both are here with us.
As you know the situations around and you all cannot come to school at this moment, so we have planned to start our class in this way. You know the syllabus that we have redox titration, kinetics, salt analysis and organic. I hope you all have started writing the files. You know how to write as you have done it in class 11. Today we will be starting redox titration. The basic idea of titration you had in class 11, as there we had acid base titration. Today we will be we will be showing you the entire procedure. You follow the class very nicely and watch how the titration process is carried out. We have two in our syllabus, two redox titration. Redox titrations are of multiple type. It's iodometry, dichromatometry, permanganometry. These all were there previously in our syllabus, but currently in our syllabus we have only permanganometry. Now acid-base titration is about neutralization reaction between acid and base. And here redox titration is based on redox reactions. So one will be analyte and another will be titrant. Now one of them will be having an unknown concentration. Like here today we will be starting with the first titration, that is potassium permanganate and more salt titration. So one of them will be unknown, another will be of known concentration. You know that titration is a quantitative analysis. So our target will be quantitatively determining the strength of the unknown solution.
So we are going to follow 2018 question paper where it is written C10. The solution containing 1.95 gram of KMnO4. These two solutions are supplied. C11, that is a more salt solution. So already we have C10, that is KMnO4 solution. This is C10 as supplied concentration. Then we have C11, which is more salt solution. We have C12, that is dilute sulfuric acid. And then we have conical flask for the titration. We have washed pipette. And here white paper is given so that we can understand the color change very clearly. Already the burette is filled up with C10 solution, that is KMnO4. With the help of this weighing machine we have made these solutions. Now we'll start the titration process. First thing is to pipette out C11 solution.
So if you can see 20 ml marking it is, and now this solution we will transfer to the conical flask. One test tube of dilute sulfuric acid, that is C12 solution. Now we shall start the titration process. This is how you should hold the conical flask and the burette.
Slowly and drop wise you need to add the C10 solution from the burette, and remember, when the color persists, that is your end point. One drop color is changed, that should be your end point or the perfect reading. This is the final color. As it is colored solution, so you should check the upper meniscus. So that's 19.1. This is the end point. We will use the reading for the further calculation. Now about writing the practical file. First you should write the aim of the experiment. Here our aim is to find the strength of C10 and C11 solution in molarity, and also to find out the value of X, that is number of water of crystallization present per molecule of more salt. Then that should be written just after the heading. After that, procedure, and as I've mentioned here, you should write the procedure that is mentioned in ISC 18 practical question paper, because we have done this experiment today.
As you can see, I have the question paper. You can get it also from the council's website. As it is written here, the procedure, you will write the entire procedure here. After that, coming to the calculation, tabulation is must. We have got the reading 19.1 ml and 3 times we should repeat. We have not shown you all the 3 times. We have shown you only 1 time. The same way we will be repeating the 3 readings, and the Concord reading, that is the repeating reading. The 19.1 here is the repeating reading, so that will be taken not the average but the Concord reading. And here then you have to write the capacity of the pipette used, that is 20 ml. Titer value used in this calculation, Concord reading 19.1 ml. Again I am repeating, don't take the average value. Concordant reading means the reading which is repeated twice, the same reading which is repeated twice. For that, minimum 2 times you need to perform the experiment. Then coming to the solving of the question, that is, first you need to calculate the molarity of C10 solution as written in the question paper. If you can see, these are the 4 questions which are asked. Before that, here it is asked the capacity of the pipette used, titer value you intend to use in your calculation, that you must state here. So as I have mentioned, also equation is provided, and these 4 questions you need to solve. And note, molarity must be calculated up to at least 4 decimal places. This is a very important point. You need to write minimum of 4 decimal places for molarity calculations. Now you check, as I have written the done tabulation, and as in question paper it is mentioned. So we have I have mentioned here that capacity of the pipette use and titer value used, and then the first question solve C10. Remember, you need to write the formula and then substitution and final answer. As you have seen, we have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places, 5 decimal places. So minimum of 4 you need to take. Now molarity calculation, both you need to mention. That means formula and substitution both. Do not skip. So this is the formula. As we all know, we are doing it from class 11, weight in gram per liter by molecular weight of C10. And here C10 is KMnO4, molecular weight is 158. Second, molarity of C11, that we need to calculate from the Burette reading, as we know that here the molecular weight is unknown from the beginning, as the formula is given in terms of X. So we will use M1V1 by M2V2 equal to N1 by N2. And remember, you need to write every part, that is every symbols M1, M2, V1, V2 means what are these for. Concentration or volume, that is here our for M1 we are using M1 for KMnO4. So M1 is the molarity of KMnO4 that we have received here. So you need to write molarity of KMnO4. For M2 we will write, that is unknown, molarity of C11. V1 is the titer value we have got, that is the end point. V2 is the amount of more salt that we have pipetted out, that we will write the volume of more salt. Here you will write volume of KMnO4, and N1, N2 according to the question 2 by 10 coefficient. So every points you need to write here. So once again I am just repeating because I have not written all. M1 is the molarity of C10, then V1 is the volume of C10, N1 is number of moles of C10, M2 is molarity of C11, V2 is volume of C11, and N2 is number of moles of C11. After that, substitution and then final calculation. So you need to mention formula, substitution, final calculation, and also these terms, what are these terms used for. Then next is molecular mass of hydrated ammonium iron 2 sulfate. The formula we have used here, strength divided by molarity, as we have received here in question number 3, that one. And then final calculation 393.29, and fourth answer, calculation of X by putting molecular mass of hydrated ammonium iron 2 sulfate is equal to molecular mass of anhydrous ammonium iron 2 sulfate plus 18X, and then final calculation, that is 6.07, approximately 6 is the answer. So this should be written in your file, and this is the method, this is the answer that you write in the examination. This is the way how in examinations we all write the answers. But in the file you must mention aim, procedure, result and calculation. And here in procedure you must write the apparatus that are used in this experiment. So next Saturday we will be continuing with another calculation with this redox titration. Till that by that time you all must complete writing your file. Before we go to the next experiment or next writing, you must complete your file by next Saturday. That's your homework. Take care and bye.